Oh, I'm back. What's up, Rich Squad? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. I'm back to talk about more UEFA Nations League action. Little late today. Had a very, very eventful day. And, I have to tell you guys about my day today. I really have to tell you guys about my day before I start this thing. First of all, guys, what's up? Omar M, Brian Hinner, Josy, man. What's up, everyone? Stayed late at work today, really late. But the day didn't start good because first I left the house a little later than I should. And then on top of that, when I got to the parking lot, the bus was already at the bus stop close to where, I have to catch it. And I had to run with my bag, and my bag is heavy. My work bag is heavy because I actually take my laptop to work to do, little editing and stuff. And I had to run through the lot. I'm talking about full speed, and I had on boots, so, and plus I'm not the fittest. I used to be really fit, but I'm not the fittest these days, but I can still run pretty fast. And I had to run. I caught the bus, I was almost out of breath, but I caught it, and the day went well. The day went pretty well, from 6:30 all the way to 2:30. Let's say until 2:30 went well. I did some editing. I was, working on my Calypso Boys, episode 1 for Calypso Boys. FIFA Ultimate Team. I'm doing it with FIFA Ultimate Team, and I will do a lot of things with that. And then I stayed overtime on the job today, like I usually do on Mondays, and I actually got a really messed up job to do today, a really dirty job in, it's damp out, it's wet, and I had a messed up job. I had to go underneath of a truck. You're talking about those tanker trucks that has the fuel, the jet fuel in there. I had to go underneath one of those to install a part, and it was a horror show. Work from 2:30 underneath the truck all the way until minutes to 8. All to find out that the part I installed wasn't, the problem in the first place. I was given the job. I didn't diagnose the job. They just give it to me and say, hey, put that in. And I did. I ran into some problems. I had to take it out, put it back. And then when I finally got it in, it was a different problem. So I was like, you know what? It's all right. I stayed late. I stay later than I should, but I'm glad I don't have to work on that tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm taking a day off. I'm not going into work tomorrow. So I said, and guys, during that whole time I'm working on the truck, I'm watching the England versus Spain, the Spain versus England match. I watched the whole match. I actually missed one moment of the match when England scored their 3rd goal. But welcome back to the stream, guys. I really appreciate you guys joining in, but it was an eventful day, I'm telling you. It was one hell of a day, but I need some rest. So tomorrow I'm going to, call in sick from work. So I actually, I called up, I text Football Fair. I said, hey, man, don't forget you have to live stream earlier today because I won't be, doing mine early, but I have to get it done. It's about determination. You have to get things done. It doesn't matter if you do it late, just get it done. So at the end of the day, you could look back and say, I did it. It's a documentation. You just got to, document it, get it done. But guys, UEFA Nations League. Today is day 11, man. September, 6 days in September, and now the 5th day in October, I'm live streaming. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the 16th, will actually be the final day of the live streams covering the UEFA Nations League. I want to do a few more live streams on other topics, but we'll get into that another time. So let's start with today's matches for the UEFA Nations League. Okay, so Luxembourg, Group D. Let's start with Group D, and that is actually Group 2 of League D. Okay, so Luxembourg 3, San Marino 0. Okay, so Come on. It was an expected result. It was an expected result because, come on, you know, San Marino, the weakest team in Europe and one of the weakest teams in the world. You know, they up there amongst the weakest with teams like Pakistan, you know. So for Luxembourg, for Luxembourg, we had David Turpel scoring, Daniel Sinani and Vincent Till scoring the 3 goals for Luxembourg, and this actually put them back on top of the table. Good stuff. The other fixture in that group, it's a shock result. Big shock result, and it's a 0-0 draw between Belarus and Moldova. So Belarus should have actually defeated Moldova, but when you really look at it, that's a good result by Moldova, man. Good result. They have only lost 1 match. So at the end of those fixtures, 4 games played. 4 games played by each team in Group 2 of League D. We have Luxembourg on top with 9 points, Belarus second with 8 points, Moldova third with 5 points, and San Marino still at the bottom without a point. And I don't think they have even scored a single goal as yet. So San Marino, man, as I said, they're up there with Pakistan as the worst team in the world, amongst the worst teams, you know. Play with the, you know, teams like St. Martin and those CONCACAF minnows. That's where San Marino belongs. They should actually have a World Cup for, you know, the weakest teams. I think they did have something like that, but they should have an official one. An official one. See who will win that. But it seems like Luxembourg and Belarus still in a race, still in a, you know, a race to see who will top the group. Moldova still in it. If they actually back 2 wins in the November games, they could actually top the group, depending on Luxembourg and Belarus's results. So the group is setting up pretty good. It's setting up pretty damn good. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm going to actually just look at the, you know, the fixtures. In November, we have Luxembourg and Belarus meeting on November 15th. That will be the first match in this group next month. And then we have San Marino playing Moldova. So Moldova could pick up 3 more points right there. And then we have San Marino playing Belarus. Well, that's a good thing for Belarus. And Moldova meeting Luxembourg. So guys, who do you think will top Group 2 of League D? Who do you think will top it? Would it be Luxembourg? Would it be Belarus? Would it be Moldova? What's up, Football Pharaoh? Welcome to the stream, man. AVJ123, Betel Kebede. We have Advenko up in here, Mark Pacelli. We have Daniel Refi back up in the Rich Squad chat. Really appreciate Danny coming back, man. Guys, hats off to Daniel Refi for coming through. We have AVT players up in here. John Masisi. We have, who else is up in here? Brian Hinojosa. Thank you, everyone who have joined the live stream, man. Really appreciate it. So, will Luxembourg top this group? Will Moldova top it? Or will we see Belarus top it like I predicted? I actually predicted Belarus to do it, you know. But Luxembourg, they're on fire. They're on fire. And they seem like a team on the up, you know. So they might definitely get promoted. But in November, according to the fixtures, Luxembourg and Belarus, that one could actually end in a draw, you know, keep things very close in that group. If it ends in a draw, and then the Luxembourg will go up to 10 points, Belarus 9, and then Moldova will defeat San Marino and go up to 8 points. So it will be 10, 9, and 8. And then going into the other fixtures, which will be San Marino versus Belarus, Belarus should win that and go up to 12 points. And then, guys, it will be between Moldova and Luxembourg to see who could pick up those points. And if Luxembourg has to defeat Moldova on the road in order to top the group. So right now, the way Moldova playing, they could actually pick up a draw. So Belarus are the favorites. Belarus are the favorites to win this group, like I predicted. Unless Luxembourg, you know, pick up 3 points versus either Belarus or Moldova. So I'm still going to stick to Belarus top in this group. I'm not going to change my mind on that. It's not good to go back on predictions. I learned that the hard way last year when I actually predicted that Germany would actually win the Confederations Cup, and then I changed my mind and said Portugal, and then Germany still, and they ended up on winning. So I learned the hard way with that one. So guys, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go into League C. We're gonna move on from League D of today's matches, and we're gonna move into League C. So what are you guys saying in the chat right now? We have okay, you guys are just talking amongst each other. I like that. I really like that. Okay, we're gonna go into League C, where we had some interesting games today in Group 2. All right, I'm gonna say I told you so just now. Okay, let's start with the Estonia versus Hungary match. I can't remember if I predicted a draw for this or I predicted a Hungary win. I probably predicted a Hungary win. I didn't get a chance to actually, well, I did go back and watch my live stream, but just to see how the quality came out, and I should have wrote down my predictions as well. But 3-3 between Estonia and Hungary. We had Estonia scoring first to Sayem Lutz, and then Dominic Nagy actually scored in the 24th minute. And now I see the name Dominic Nagy. I just remembered he actually scored against me, I think, in my Calypso Boys episode that I was edited. So that name just came back right there. And then Hungary went 2-1 up to Adam Jalai. And then we had an own goal by Matej Patkai to bring Estonia back into the game. And then Estonia took the lead through Henry Anayer. And then Jalai equalized 2 minutes later, and it must have been one exciting game, man. Must have been one freaking exciting game. But hold your horses right there, guys. We have another match from this exact group, man. And this is Group 2 of League C. Guys, remember that. Group 2 of League C. And Finland versus Greece. What did I tell you guys yesterday? What did I tell you guys? Finland versus Greece. Who predicted a win for Greece in here right now? You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Games are really hard to predict. Games are really, really hard to predict. But I actually predicted a Finland win. I could actually remember that clearly. I predicted a Finland win. Greece isn't playing good today. And something shocking. Oh, actually, I did predict a Finland win in Football Pharaoh's chat as well. I could clearly remember that. But Timo Pukki did not score today. Shocking. And I am disappointed. I am disappointed. I am let down by Timo Pukki. He did not score today. And Finland makes it 4-4. And they should surely top the group and get promoted to League B. It should be final, but it's not, because but then again, Finland play Greece. I think they should play Greece in November. They should play Greece again in November. Yes, they do. But it might turn out that Finland has the better head-to-head, and they should pick Greece to that top spot, even if Greece wins their next 2 matches. So Finland promoted. They promoted its final. Finland promoted to League B. It's happened. It has happened. And hopefully this can actually help Finnish football to, go up to the next level, man. Congratulations to Finland, man. I really, I love it. I love it. Them, along with a team coming up next, they have perfect record so far. Finland 4-4. That's freaking awesome, man. And guess what? They have not conceded a goal, guys. They have not conceded a single goal yet for the tournament. Wow. Wow. That's astonishing. That's mind-blowing. Not a single goal. What a defense. What an attack. What a team. Finland. Who could have thought that, man? So at the end of today's matches, we have Finland on top with 4 wins and 4, 12 points. Do your math. 3 by 4, 12. Then Greece, 2 losses, 2 wins, 6 points. Very inconsistent. Hungary, third with 2 losses, 1 draw, and 1 win, 4 points. And Estonia at the bottom with 1 point, 3 losses, and a draw. So Greece could actually get overtaken by Hungary because Greece is playing the fool. They're playing the fool, and they actually meet Finland again in November. So they might drop points again. They might drop points. Could Finland go a perfect 18 points in this group? That will be freaking interesting. That will be interesting. And you know what, guys? Finland would have been such a better team with Roman Yarmolenko in that team, but too bad he is banned for drug use. He will be back. He will be back in December or November. So who knows? But I don't think he should be involved in Finland's game. Maybe next time the Nations League come back around, we could see Roman Yarmolenko to link up with his, Finnish boys and, wreak havoc on the League B teams. Awesome. Could you guys believe that? Finland will be in League B. But Finland will play Greece next month, and they will play Hungary. 2 games, they should pick up points, in and actually solidify their position at the top and get promoted. Hungary meets Estonia. They could actually get a result from there, but as we saw today, they canceled each other out. Greece is the team, but who will avoid relegation? I think Estonia is bound to get relegated unless they defeat Hungary and they pick up a point versus Greece. But I'm going to go for Finland to top the group, Estonia to get relegated. Guys, what do you think? What do you think? Finland promoted, Estonia relegated. What are your thoughts on that Group 2 of League C? What are your thoughts? Finland promoted unless they collapse. Nah, they're not going to collapse. But even if they collapse, Football Pharaoh, their defensive record has been so good. They will beat the other teams on head-to-head. And I think they're using head-to-head in the UEFA Nations League. And that is why Poland was actually relegated already. So the goal scorers for Finland, I forgot to mention, is Pyri Swari and Glenn Camera. So those were the goal scorers. I got sidetracked because Timo Pukki did not score. But we finally have new scorers in Finland, and they show that they have goal scorers in the ranks other than Timo Pukki. Joel Poyan-Payo, a guy who plays in the Bundesliga, I think for Bayer Leverkusen, is also a good player, but I don't know if he's been involved that much in these matches. But guys, anyways, let's move on to League B. We had 1 game today in League B between Bosnia and Herzegovina and Northern Ireland. The return leg of that fixture ended in a 2-1 victory for Bosnia Herzegovina, I think it did. And the Bosnians defeated the Northern Irishmen again like I predicted. Come on, that was one of the easiest predictions. Edin Dzeko on fire. He's been on fire for a while. When he was at Man City, when he went to Roma, it's like when he went to Roma, he got better. He got so much better. It's like he was freed up. He's scoring goals for fun. He scored in the 27th minute and the 73rd minute to give Bosnia a 2-0 win and just stay perfect. Perfect record. 9 points for Bosnia, man. Freaking awesome. Awesome. Could I say awesome one more time? But Bosnia have been really, really impressive. So Let me take a look at that table, and that's actually a Group 3 of League B. So we have Bosnia on top of Group 3 League B with 9 points, 3 wins and 3. Austria second with 3 points, 1 win and 1 loss. And then we have Northern Ireland, 3 losses. Pretty poor stuff by Northern Ireland. Should be ashamed of themselves, seriously. They lost to Austria a few days ago. You know, Marko Arnautovic scored the only goal in that match. And in November, we will see Austria playing Bosnia again and Northern Ireland meeting Austria. So the way things stand right now is Austria has 2 games in November, and they could actually catch Bosnia if they win both of them by, you know, a really good margin, like emphatic victories. But I think Bosnia is going to seal this, guys. What are your thoughts? Bosnia to seal Group 3 of League B and get promoted to League A. Bosnia in League A. So that means Bosnia will be classed as a top-tier team in Europe. And that's what I like about the UEFA Nations League. We get to know who are the real top dogs and who's not. And not by using the FIFA rankings, because it's really, you know, not accurate, you know, because teams tend to actually schedule friendlies against weaker teams when they know they could actually, you know, take advantage of. Like Poland. Poland did that. That's why they have been ranked so highly for quite a while. And no, you know, disrespect to Poland or anything, you know, but it's the truth. They admitted to it. So I'm going for Bosnia to actually top this group, get promoted. Northern Ireland relegated, like I predicted before. Like they need to make a lot of changes. They have some talented guys. I'm not talking about like top talented. The guys have talent, you know. That's why they're professionals. They're playing, you know, championship clubs, Scottish Premier League club, and a few in the Premier League. So there's talent there, but I think they need a better manager to actually get the best out of these players. That's just my thoughts. So guys, let's do something really fun and move on to League A, where we had some good games today. Let's start with, let's leave the best one for last. And let's go to the Iceland versus Switzerland match. Iceland versus Switzerland. Remember, the other team in this group 2 is Belgium, who have won all their games as well. So Iceland 1, Switzerland 2. We had Haris Seferovic opening the scoring in the 52nd minute and Michael Lang scoring in the 67th, and Alfred Finnbogason scored an 81st minute goal to start a late fight back for Iceland, but it was futile in the end. Switzerland held on for the win. They held on for the win. So it seems like Iceland are definitely destined to get relegated to League B, like I predicted from the get-go. They didn't have the greatest of World Cup campaigns, and, you know, with the manager leaving and, you know, new manager in charge, it seems like Iceland's fairy tale has come to an end. It has definitely ended. So we have Belgium on top of that group with 2 wins and 2. Did I say they played 3 games? Maybe I did, but they have 2 wins and 2. Switzerland has played 3 games and they have 6 points as well. And Iceland, 3 games, 3 losses. Not a good look. So Iceland are out. They're definitely relegated. It's a sure thing. Iceland have been relegated. They have been relegated. It's official. It's just up to Switzerland and Belgium, but Switzerland isn't going to top this group. They have 1 match left while Belgium has 2, and Belgium are sure to pick up a result in their next game, which will be versus Switzerland. So only thing that could happen, this could happen. Switzerland could pull off a shock win. It will be a shock win versus Belgium, go up to 9 points, But before that, even before that, the game between Belgium and Iceland plays first. So let me just not jump ahead. Belgium versus Iceland. Belgium should beat Iceland at home and go up to 9 points, 3-3. You know, great record there. And when they meet Switzerland, even if they lose the game, they could actually still, you know, advance to the finals ahead of Switzerland on head-to-head. And I don't think Belgium is going to lose to Switzerland. They could draw, and a draw would be enough to seal top spot in Group 2 of League A. So, guys, Switzerland or Belgium? Switzerland or Belgium? Who do you think will advance to the finals? Let me know in the chat. And if you're in here and you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, please do so right now. I really appreciate it. We have Stefan Muradali up in here all the way from TNT, Trinidad and Tobago. He is a Calypso boy, and he is also a soca warrior. So I'm going for Belgium, man. Top in this group easily. Easy toppings, man. Toppings. Whipped cream. Belgium to whipped cream this group. Top it. Cherry on top. Drizzle some caramel on top. Belgium on top. Okay. Brian, it's the same time as Canada and America as TNT. Same time. Until we go into daylight saving, and then they are an hour ahead or behind of us. Can't quite remember. But I did not catch the Iceland versus Switzerland match because all the games were played simultaneously today. But the game I actually saw, and the game that I've been wanting to talk about all day and couldn't because I was caught up with that job at work. I got so dirty, guys. You won't believe it. My hands were like so black, you know, all over here. My hands, my face, my beard, all behind my neck, my ears. Everything was so dirty. Oh, it was a horror show today. But anyways, England versus Spain, or Spain versus England. Let me put it that way. Spain versus England. This should be Group 4 of League A, the top tier teams. Group 4 of League A. We have seen results 2-1. Spain defeats England 2-1 at Wembley. Controversial match. And then Croatia gets embarrassed. Their worst ever defeat in their history. Their history. 6-0. Spain on top of the group, 6 points. And then England traveled to Croatia. They met at the Rijeka Stadium. There was no crowd, nobody there. The English fans were outside. They were outside. They were making noise, you know. And that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome, man. Clap to the English fans. They went out there. They played to a 0-0 draw. Each team got off the mark, 1 point each. Marcus Rashford threw away 2 brilliant chances. Raheem Sterling set him up for both of them. Harry Kane was quite, you know, dominant in that match. Croatia were just playing for pride and just playing to do better than what they did in that 6-0 defeat. And then 1 point each, England, Croatia, Spain on top of the group, 6 points. And we all saying, oh, Spain is gonna defeat England. I said that yesterday twice in my stream and in Pharaoh's stream. Of course, England is gonna lose. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. Come on, it's Spain. They have been playing really well under Luis Enrique, the newly appointed manager, former Barcelona man. But something spectacular happened today. It was indeed a spectacular, you know, thing that happened today. England, they were 3-0 up at the halftime break. 3-0. Courtesy of a brace by Raheem Sterling, my Manchester City player, and a goal by Marcus Rashford to bring back his confidence. Rashford also set up one. Harry Kane, I think, set up 2 of those goals. I think Kane set up 2, Rashford set up 1, scored 1, Sterling scored 2, and England were on fire. They were blazing like the burning bush. That's a Bible reference there. I don't know why I said it, but they were blazing. They were really blazing. And I was like, wow, is Spain going to get embarrassed today? Are they going to actually, you know, be on the losing end of a 6-0 drubbing? But Spain came out in the second half and they played really, really, really well. It was a game of 2 halves. Let's just say England won the first half, Spain won the second half, but England, you know, scored more goals, end up winning the game. But you have to commend I was about to say Shakespeare. Oh my God, Shakespeare. I'm thinking about that Leicester manager. I don't know what I think. Every time I'm about to think about an English manager, I can never get his freaking name. Every time I'm about to get it, I'm like, I could never, ever get his name. Southgate. I could never get his name, guys. But anyways, Southgate, you got to commend the man, okay? England did really well at the World Cup. They got to the semis, placed 4th. And the thing is, they did well, but they weren't winning in competitive games in the last 4 matches, I think. The match when they won the penalty shootout, that's a draw. It's not a win. They defeated Sweden, that's the win. They lost to Belgium, then they lost to Spain, and then they drew against Croatia. So that's 5 games, 1 win in competitive games. That's not good at all. So Shakespeare, he's been sticking with, you know, the young guns, calling up new guys, you know, Maddison, calling up Sancho, and another guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he plays in the championship. You know, he's been calling up a lot of people, which is really good, you know, very innovative. Sticking also with the old guns like guys like Raheem Sterling, who played 42 matches and scored 2 goals before today. 2. So today's games, it's just awesome. Sterling was on fire today, I'm telling you. So what Shakespeare did with actually not being able to have Henderson to his disposal today, Stones to his disposal, you know, Joe Gomez just slot right in. You know, then you have Eric Dyer there to fill in. Then Harry Winks, the young Tottenham man. Then Barkley coming back from injury, you know, his move to Chelsea, played really well. The back line, he took off Walker. He brought on Trippier. He have that guy over on the left-hand side. What's his name again? That plays for Leicester City. What's his name again? Chilwell, young Chilwell. So this team, look at the back line. Chilwell, you have Gomez, you had Harry Maguire, and Trippier. And in the midfield, Dyer, Winks, and Barkley. Guys, I know the English team. I know the players. Up top, you had Sterling, Rashford, and Kane. Kane didn't even get on the score sheet today. You know, so England, they have depth. Come on, they have the Premier League to pick all their players from. They have depth. They should be winning. We shouldn't be surprised that England are winning games. You know, Shakespeare, what the fuck? Southgate has been doing really well. So you got to show them their respect. You know, a lot of people might think that I don't like the English team, but come on, I don't have anything against any particular team. It's just the whole it's coming home bullshit during the World Cup pissed me off. And I didn't really like that. I think you should just approach everything game by game and not be so pompous and, you know, disgusting. But they played well. They played well. Spain, under Luis Enrique, he has also been chopping and changing, giving a debut to the young Otto, I think, who plays for Wolves. Marcos Alonso was at left back. We had Sergio Ramos and Nacho, the Real Madrid man, with De Gea being beaten 3 times and also being beaten by his own teammate Rashford and his Manchester City rival Raheem Sterling. Sterling must have felt really good to score versus De Gea. But they had likes of Busquets. We had Koke, I think, was in there today, or Saul, one of them. Thiago was there. and he had Iago Aspas, Marco Asensio, and Rodrigo in the team. So it was a good team. It was a good team. You know, both teams fielded strong 11. Spain, a stronger 11, favorites to win. They had to depend on Paco Alcacer, who is a man enjoying life in the Bundesliga. I think they said in 6 combined games so far, he has like 10 goals right now. So he's been on fire for Dortmund, been on fire for Spain. Whatever chances he had, he came on, scored a header, quick, brought Spain back into the game. And Sergio Ramos, who played his 160th game today, scored a late header. And he actually thought, you know, they were coming back into the game, but the referee blew the whistle. There was also, you know, let me see if I could actually remember some. There was also a moment, I have to talk about this moment. Every time I do a reaction, guys, I always forget to talk about some of these moments. But that Jordan Pickford moment, Pickford, what was Pickford actually thinking? He got the ball. He had so much time to just kick it anywhere he wants. And he attempts to do, you know, a dribble. He attempts to do a dribble. He lost the ball. And he actually pulled the guy down. I can't remember who that guy was, but he pulled him down in an attempt to get the ball back. And that's why he was able to kick it. But he sold it really well. And a penalty was not actually given. So England turn out winners, man. 3-2 winners, and they are back. They are back into contention for actually winning this freaking group. Croatia is all but relegated after this, guys. Croatia is all but relegated. Did you guys believe that? But what Croatia has on their hands, they have 2 matches left, while both England and Spain has 1. So Croatia could get a maximum of 7 points, which will put them safe if they defeat Spain and England in their November games. They have 2 games in November, while Spain and England has 1 apiece. So if Spain fails to beat Croatia, and let's say they lose against Croatia, they will be stuck on 6 points. And the England versus Croatia. Wait, let me make sure I'm getting this. Yes, guys. The England versus Croatia match will be a potential final. It will be a final, not potential. It will be a final, because if Spain loses, they will be stuck on 6 points. Let me repeat this. I don't know if Football Pharaoh already got excited about this and spoke about this in his live stream, but guys, if Spain loses to Croatia, let's say they lose 1-0, you know, in Croatia, and they get stuck on 6 points. Croatia go up to 4, tied on points with England, but England would have a better goal difference because of that 6-0 drubbing Croatia received. And then Croatia go to Wembley, if that's where the match is being played, I think it is, and defeat England. Croatia could make a miraculous comeback and win this group. The group is still open. Croatia staring down the face of relegation, but the group is still open. England could top this group, Croatia could top this group, and Spain definitely could top this group. And that rounds off Group 4 of League A. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? So Football Pharaoh just added something really good. He said, if Croatia beats England at Wembley, they avoid relegation even if they lose. Even if they lose to Spain. It's because they would have a better head-to-head record than England. So maybe I think goal difference is not being, you know, considered here. Goal difference is not being considered. Am I right, Football Pharaoh? So it's not goal difference, it's head-to-head when it comes to the UEFA Nations League. Pretty exciting stuff. Pretty exciting stuff, man. But the reason why they're actually criticizing the UEFA Nations League, it's because it's a competitive fixture. It's competitive fixture, and they only allow 3 substitutions. So if it was friendlies, players would go out and they would only play 45 minutes. They wouldn't play hard. They would just go out there and play, and they would come back to their clubs fit and ready to go again. But the fact that they are playing intense, competitive matches, they could go out there and get injured. But all in all, man, it's just the way it is right now. It's just a tug of war between national football and club football. The more top-level football we have, it's better for the sport overall. You know, if the club players, the players who play for the top clubs can't make it, then it will just leave room for new stars to shine. Guys like Timo Pukki to shine. You get it. But guys, that tops off today's games. It was an exciting day today, and I really enjoyed, you know, the recap as well. We have matches tomorrow, which I want to do a quick prediction of those games tomorrow. I want us to actually do a quick recap of those games. Guys, if you're in here, you have to smash a thumbs up button, please do so. And also look out for Calypso Boys episode 1. Let's say season 1, episode 1 coming pretty soon. You guys would enjoy it. And let me warn you, the first episode is going to be a long ass episode, okay? It's going to be 45 minutes. 45 minutes. I should have actually thought about it before I got too excited playing the game, but I had to cut the footage down. The footage was over 1 hour, but I had to cut it down to 45 minutes. You know, the pilot episode, it has to be long. 45 minutes, but moving forward, I will try to put it 25 minutes max. Does that sound good? 25 minutes max. But guys, trust me. I worked really hard on this, man. I worked really hard on it, and I am going to continue working hard on it. I took days, I'm telling you, days to edit it, to just take my time and to just get it right the first time, because it will be the reference I'm going to be using, and the other episodes are going to follow suit, but it will actually get easier because I will actually cut it down shorter and shorter every time, so it will be easier to edit the next time. So let's go and talk about tomorrow's games. Let's start with the League D matches. And I just want to actually talk about the predictions. We will actually get into the fun stuff tomorrow when I live stream. I don't want to get into the groups and get too in-depth right now. I just want to hear what you think about, you know, the matches. Gibraltar versus Liechtenstein. These are two, let's say, minnows, and Gibraltar coming off and, you know, a shock win over Armenia, who are the other team in the group, and they have Macedonia in the group as well. Macedonia defeated Liechtenstein. We have Gibraltar and Liechtenstein meeting. Could Gibraltar hit it again and actually pick up another 3 points to actually, you know, who knows? Who knows? You know, vie for second, because I don't think they could top the group. I don't think they could top the group, but they could actually play second in this group right about now. So, Gibraltar versus Liechtenstein. Advenko says a 5-3. Are we going to have a 5-3 high score between these two small teams? Mark Pacelli, 0-1 to Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein win. Stefan said a 1-1. Betel said a 1-0 to Gibraltar. Real EA, Armenia versus Macedonia, going to be a tough game after they lost to Gibraltar. Okay, we will get to that one. But, guys, I'm going to go for a shocking win for Gibraltar. They're going to win again. I'm going to go for that. I'm going to make the bold call. It's a bold call. I'm going to go for the Gibraltar win. And, guys, another thing about today's day, guys, I haven't eaten in a very long time. I don't know where I'm getting the energy from. I had breakfast early this morning, maybe like minutes to 8. And all I've had since then was a pack of the crackers. Pack of crackers. That's all. And water. That's all I had today. But guess my energy levels are high. Pretty good stuff. But I'm going to go for another 1-0 win for Gibraltar. At home too. So the crowd will be there waiting for their boys to come, and they're going to be out there cheering them in their numbers. So the next match I want to talk about is the next match in that group. Let's talk about the Armenia versus Macedonia. Macedonia, I predicted to top this group, and I predicted Gibraltar to get relegated. But right now, it seems like Armenia could get relegated from this group. Henrik Mkhitaryan's team, the former Shakhtar Donetsk, Borussia Dortmund, Man United, and now Arsenal player. This is a top player playing for one of these weak-ass teams. You know, you think about guys like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang when it comes to, you know, top players playing for weak teams. Guys like, let's say, George Weah playing for Liberia. Never went to a World Cup. You know, and we have a few more references that I don't want to get into right now, but Armenia versus Macedonia. Armenia versus Goran Pandev and Aryan Ademi and them boys over in Macedonia. Who do you think will win? I'm going to go for Macedonia, though. Macedonia. Macedonia. Dom, these players have to play for these weak teams in order for them to improve. Otherwise, they'll be minnows forever. Yep, you're right. But Armenia is a different case, though. They need to produce a few more players, man. Armenia, Mkhitaryan needs the support. He needs support, and he is not getting younger. But I do think that Mkhitaryan could play for a very long time. He's still maybe 30, almost 30, and he could play up to 35, like how Goran Pandev is still playing for Macedonia. I think Goran Pandev could end up playing till he's like 38. You know, I would love to see him continue playing and take Macedonia to the Euros. That would be awesome. That would be freaking awesome. But I'm going for Macedonia win here. What's your predictions, guys? Macedonia. I think most of us are actually, you know, going for Macedonia to win this one. So let's talk about the next group in League D. It's actually Group 1. We have matches tomorrow in Group 1. 2 more games tomorrow in Group 1 between Kazakhstan and Andorra. And then we have, let me tell you, we have Latvia versus Georgia. Right about now, Georgia on top of that group with a perfect 9 points, while all the other teams have 2 points. You know, it's a pretty cool group. Pretty cool group. So we have the fixture between Latvia and Georgia. What's your predictions for that, guys? I'm actually going for Georgia to win. Georgia to continue winning. I think Georgia will be one of those teams that actually pick up perfect points in their group, along with Finland. I'm going for that. Bosnia might actually do it too. So, do you think Georgia will make the Euros? Well, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one. For real. For real. They can make it. It's a possibility. Possibility. But the thing is, Football Pharaoh, or any one of you guys, since we have the 2018-19 UEFA Nations Cup, right? To be honest, I don't know this. Is there going to be a 2019-20 UEFA Nations League? Is there going to be a 2019-20 UEFA Nations League? And are they actually going to use those results for actually who will go in the playoffs? I am not sure. I did not look into that. I really didn't look into that. It goes to 2021. So that means that it will actually be a 2019-20, and they will be using those results for the Euro playoffs for the last remaining 4 spots. This one is 2018-20. It spans for 2 years. They use the results from the Euros to determine the future league positions. Playoffs are right before Euros. It's confusing. I gotta look it up though. I gotta look it up. But let's not get into that. Let's not get sidetracked right now. But I have to look into that though. I have to look into that because it's something to think about. Because if teams are gonna get promoted to League C, will they play in League C next year? Or is it gonna be a similar competition for 2019-20, or that's just it? Maybe that's just it. All right, football nerd, thank you very much. I know it's probably late where you at, but thank you very much for joining the stream. But the thing is, it's a pretty, I maybe need to search this up real quick because this thing is kind of bothering me right now. 2019-20 UEFA Nations League. I don't think there's one. 2019 UEFA Nations League. The finals. Okay. Oh man. The next UEFA Nations League will be after the Euros, I think. That's what I wanted. That's what I actually wanted to clarify. And that makes sense. That actually makes sense because what happened right now, on Wikipedia, it has the 2018-19, and then the next tournament will be 2021 after the Euros. So I see what you're saying. I see. Guys, we'll have to do some research, and I will definitely confirm some of these things, but it's we need to know. And a lot of people don't know what's going on with the UEFA Nations League, and it's fine for us to actually be in this state right now that we don't know. It's very fine. So Georgia versus Latvia, I'm going to go for a Georgia win. So let's move on. Kazakhstan versus Andorra. That one will be an interesting fixture. Kazakhstan versus Andorra. Let me see. The first match between these two guys ended in a 1-1 draw. Remember, all teams on 2 points except for Georgia. So 1-1 draw between Andorra and Kazakhstan. Could the small landlocked nation of Andorra defeat the huge former Soviet Union state of Kazakhstan? What do you guys think? It's crazy when you think about a small country like Andorra that most people in the world don't know exists versus Kazakhstan, also which most people don't know exists if it wasn't for Borat, the movie. Who do you think will win, guys? Who will win? You're going for Kazakhstan, real MA. Okay, Daniel Refi says a 2-2 draw. We have Harindran Harivatan. Belgium will win the Nations League. It's quite possible. Quite possible. I'm going to go for another draw, guys. I'm going to go for a draw. Another draw. 3 points each. Remember, no one could be relegated from League D, so it's quite fine. It's quite fine if you get to the bottom of the, you place bottom. But I'm going for a 1-1 draw, guys. Let us move on to the League C fixtures. We have to run through these games. We have Norway versus Bulgaria. What are your predictions, guys? Norway versus Bulgaria, League C. Norway versus Bulgaria. Bulgaria on top of the group with 9 points. I actually forgot about Bulgaria. They have a perfect record as well, guys. This is pretty good stuff. Bulgaria perfect on 9 freaking points. They will play Norway, a team who they defeated. They defeated Norway 1-0. Wow. Freaking wow. Bulgaria on the up again. This will be a home match for Norway. Home match for Norway. What are your predictions, guys? I'm actually going to go for Bulgaria win. Norway is a good team. They have some good players. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Bulgaria on the road. A 2-1 win for Bulgaria. You know what? And let's move on to the other fixture in that group, and it will be Slovenia at home versus Cyprus. Slovenia has been struggling, guys. Could they win a game? Could they finally pick up at least a draw, at least a point? Slovenia, what do you guys think, guys? What do you guys think? We have 6-9 up in here, guys. We have 6-9. What's up, 6-9? I haven't seen you comment for a while. But we have Slovenia versus Cyprus, guys. What do you think? I'm going to go for Slovenia to lose again. I'm going to go for them to lose again and get relegated to League D. Could you guys believe that? This is a team who qualified for the World Cup. This is amazing. Is there any team in League D right now who played at the World Cup before? I don't think so. I really don't think so. And Slovenia would be one of those teams that would be in League D who has qualified for the World Cup before. So, it's crazy. It's crazy that Slovenia team who I actually... Guys, I think I actually predicted them to play second. I actually predicted Norway to top this group. But Slovenia has been horrendous, man. They have been horrible in the Nations League. I don't know how they've been doing in their friendlies that they've been playing, but in the Nations League, they have been really bad. So, guys, the next fixture I want to talk about is Ukraine versus the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic coming off a win versus Slovakia, their neighbor, you know, the Velvet divorce of Czechoslovakia. And it's a tricky match because Ukraine barely beat Czech Republic in September 2-1, courtesy of a late Alexander Zinchenko goal. Ask me how I know. He's a City player. And Ukraine are on 6 points. The Czech Republic right now, they are on 3 points. So what are your predictions for this one? Is Ukraine going to continue dominating this group? What do you guys think? Will Ukraine continue dominating this group under their legend Andrei Shevchenko with their star man Konoplyanka and Yarmolenko in the team? Goalkeeper Piatov. Piatov has been around for quite a while, man, with Shakhtar Donetsk and Ukraine, and you know he has that hair, you know, he has that long hair with the big forehead. Piatov, man. Piatov. Hats off to Piatov. But I'm gonna go for a draw with this one. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw with this fixture, and Czech Republic go up to 4 points. Ukraine 7. And that will actually, I think, seal promotion for Ukraine if they receive a draw. Dom, I have a question. What national team does good but is never talked about? Oh man, does good but is never ever talked about. I don't know. Tell me. Tell me, because I can't think of it right now, for real. Because I talk about a lot, so I can't think about it right now. But I'm actually going to go for a draw, Ukraine versus Czech Republic. And then we move into the next group, which has League B, which has the Republic of Ireland and Wales. Remember, Wales defeated the Republic of Ireland 4-1 in their first fixture. And then Denmark defeated Wales, and then Denmark and Republic of Ireland drew. So I guess Wales and Ireland are actually, you know, this group could go anyway. It could go anywhere right about now. So Republic of Ireland versus Wales. Will Wales continue beating the Republic of Ireland, or will Ireland get their revenge? I think these two teams are actually in the same World Cup qualifying group as well, right? Right, guys? Weren't they in the same World Cup qualifying group? Were they? Were they, guys? Were they? Okay, Omar M says yes. says yes. So yes, Football Pharaoh says yes. Thank you very much for confirming that. So there has been a back and forth between these two teams, and I think that Wales were actually, doing really well in qualifiers, and Ireland, really messed up their chances, and they actually qualified for, the playoffs and played Denmark, a team who is in this group. So a lot of history in this group right now. So I'm going to go for a draw in this one. A 1-1 draw again. I'm going to play it safe with 2 1-1 draws for these two fixtures. 1-1 draw. So, for the last game, guys, for tomorrow and the final game that I'll be watching in this month's Nations League, France versus Germany. This is a big one. This is a big one because France defeated the Netherlands in September, and then France drew with Germany, as we all could remember, and then the Netherlands spanked Germany. So this group is set up really, really nicely with Germany on 1 point, Netherlands on 3, and France on 4. It's set up nicely. Is France playing with us again? Are they playing with us again? Are they going to just kill things off in this group, or they're going to actually play around and lose tomorrow or even pick up a draw? Guys, the group is setting up really, really nicely. It's setting up nicely. It's do or die for Germany. It's do or die for Joachim Löw. Things don't look good. Things do not look good for Germany. It don't look good. Their last 5 competitive matches, guys, they have only picked up 1 single win. And there was actually a record that I saw that this is the third Germany. I think it's a record that Germany haven't scored a goal in 3 matches or something like that. 3 is it that stat? Is it a stat like that? I can't quite remember, but I think I saw a stat like that. I think I saw a stat like that, and I actually, yeah, that is actually true. That is actually true because Germany failed to score versus South Korea, and they failed to score versus France, and they failed to score versus the Netherlands. And I think they said that's the first time that actually happened. A lot of records are crumbling in the Nations League. So, France versus Germany, guys. What are your predictions? What's your predictions for the mighty Germans who are going through a bit of a crisis? We never thought we'll see this, but they are. They suffered the curse of the World Cup winners as well. Winning the World Cup and, going on to actually get knocked out in the group stage of the subsequent World Cup that they won. Look at what happened. It happened to France in 1998. Then it happened to Italy in 2010. Then it happened to Spain in 2014. So it's bound to happen to France in 2022 again. So I'm going to go for, this one is really hard to predict, but this is a home match for France. I'm going to go for another. Oh, man. This one is hard. It could go anyway. We could see Germany go out there and blow away France. And we could also see a stalemate, a 0-0 draw. We could see a 2-2 draw. Or we could see France just defeat Germany and, almost relegate them. Because they wouldn't be relegated just yet. Because they have to play the Netherlands again. So Germany are still kind of safe. Because if they could pick up a win versus Netherlands and go up to 4 points, that means, well, it's hard. It's a hard one. Because the Netherlands and France do play, and with the way Netherlands are playing, they could pick up a result. And they didn't do that bad versus France. They didn't do bad at all. Guys, this group could go anyway. It could go anyway. I'm not even going to make a prediction. I have to make a prediction. I'm going to go for a France win. France to win 2-0. Joachim Löw to get sacked tomorrow. Nah, he's not going to get sacked, but they need to make a lot of changes, man. Need to make a lot of changes. But guys, man, what are your predictions for that? And that would round up today's, recap and prediction for tomorrow's matches. Let's get into a bit of a Q&A real quick. Short Q&A today if you guys have any questions for me. It's late, but I want to get this done to have the, to put the video up, the replay, and hopefully. Okay, so Advenko don't know who's going to win that game. It's hard. It's hard. So Kamal says, hey, Dominic, do you Spain lost because Diego Costa never played yesterday? I think Diego Costa could have made a difference because Diego Costa is simply the best. Oh, we have a Diego Costa fanboy up in here. Dom, Pukki was injured at 12 minutes. That's why he didn't score. Thank you for the info. That's exactly why he didn't score, because if Finland scored twice, Pukki would have definitely been scorer of both goals. I'm confident of that. So, Umtiti injured. Yes, he is currently injured right now. So, Football First said, do you feel Germany should have sacked Löw after the World Cup? I think they shouldn't have sacked him. I think they should have came together and talk it out, and by mutual consent, he, should have stepped down, but they should have, have like a, a testimonial game for him. Everybody come out, thank him for his service. He's been there a very long time, and then he just go on to actually maybe, who knows, manage a club or something. But right now, he is tarnishing, his legacy and his reputation and all of that by what's going on right now, because Germany don't be performing so badly at all. They don't be performing so badly. And the last time Germany got knocked out in a World Cup group stage was like too long for me to remember right now. Too long. Advenko asks, Dom, who is your favorite African player? Oh, boy, that's a hard question. I like Aubameyang. I like Naby Keita, Salah, Sadio Mane. I like those guys. Riyad Mahrez, African, Algerian. There's a lot of players that I like. Hakim Ziyech, really neat player. Koulibaly. There's a young guy that plays in France, not Cameroonian, Senegalese, called Ismail Assar. Really good young player. There's a lot of players that I like from Africa. I don't have one particular player from Africa who I just really, really like. There's not such a player. Wilfried Zaha, Englishman, plays for Ivory Coast. There's a few guys on Ivory Coast as well that I like, But Samuel Eto'o still played, I think. So, question. I just saw another question about Mourinho. Stefan said, when do you think Mourinho will get sacked? To be honest, it's a tricky question because, Mourinho is just the type of guy that when you think he's down and out, he just pop up and surprise you like they did versus Newcastle. And his job was saved. People are saying he's already sacked, but seems like he's not. Seems like he is not, man. And all they need to do is to pick up a few more wins, continue picking up wins and draws and not losses, and his job will be safe. Once he makes it out of the Champions League group stage and gives them a good run, you never know what could happen with Man United and Mourinho, guys. You never, ever know. With Pogba there, with guys like Martial, with Alexis Sanchez, traitor, snake boy Alexis Sanchez, who, scored that winning goal versus Newcastle. He could come back in, that form he was in at Barcelona and Arsenal, and who knows? Man United, our rivals, could do something this season. We don't know. So the Marino sacking is hard to call. It was looking really, really, eminent, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen anytime soon. I don't think so. Not anytime soon. Unless they lose a couple more games on a stretch. Okay, Dom, do you know Sancho, who plays for England, has a Trinidadian parent? Stefan, thank you very much for telling me that. He has now gone on the short list for Calypso Boys. He has now gone on the short list for Calypso Boys. Let me get it straight. Calypso Boys. It's Jadon Sancho, man. Thank you very much for letting me know that. And I think they said that Jesse Lingard's, one of his parents or grandparents is from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I tried finding information on that, and I could never find the information on that. And Jadon Sancho was a Man City player as well, and they also have a buyback clause for Jadon Sancho. So who knows? He could be coming back to the club. So great stat there. Great fact. Thank you very much, Stefan Muradali. And you guys need to help me with the Calypso Boys thing. I need you guys to go out, scout players. Let me know who to buy, because it's going to be FIFA Ultimate Team. And, I have to buy the players with the coins. Guys, I packed a really good player. Look out for it. I packed a great player. He's not doing too well right now, but I packed a really good player. Okay. Kamal said, hey, Dominic, do you think Uruguay will destroy Japan today because Cavani is amazing? And do you think about Edinson Cavani? So what happened? Did Uruguay actually smash Japan? Let me see something. Uruguay versus Japan. Did that happen? That's tomorrow. Okay, that's tomorrow. Well, we never know. That result could go anyway because Japan has been playing really, really well coming back from the World Cup. I haven't seen their recent results after the World Cup, but I know this is a good Japanese team. So it's a hard one to call, man. It's a hard one to call. So Stefan said, damn, why couldn't they stay and play for us? You mean like Trinidad, right? Do you think Haiti will win tomorrow versus St. Lucia, CONCACAF Nations League? Yes. Defeat St. Lucia by 10 goals, please. Just for Tanis. No, I'm going to eat the food. Guys, Tanis is from St. Lucia, if you didn't know that. I hope Haiti just decimate them tomorrow. 7-0. Please, Haiti. Okay, your thoughts, Brian said, your thoughts on the suspension of Sierra Leone national team. Therefore, matches against Ghana scheduled for the AFCON were canceled. I actually saw something on that, and it's because the governments keep meddling in the football affairs. You can't do that. You cannot do that. So we have seen quite a few nations getting suspended for that. And it's an infamous thing to happen to an African nation as well. It's very, very infamous. I think one of those high-profile teams were actually threatening to ban. I think, was it Nigeria was threatened to get banned? I think. Okay, Kamal said, do you watch international friendlies as well? I do watch international friendlies. Well, I have to watch I will try to watch the USA-Peru match tomorrow. But when you have UEFA Nations League, I don't watch the friendlies because, guys, come on. It's a friendly. But I do watch a friendly here and there, here and there, here and there. Okay. Advenko asks, Dom, is tiki-taka dead as in it's not viable in modern football nowadays? Well, people are still using tiki-taka. It's, passing around the ball, pass and move, pass and move, pass and move. It's still being used. Pep Guardiola uses it. Barcelona uses it. And even though it's not as effective as it used to be, it is still effective. It is still effective. I think even with that England goal today, there was a bit of tiki-taka. There was about, I think 25 passes before, you know, the ball got in the back of the net. So tiki-taka is still alive. It's still alive, but it's like with things that are effective, it can only be effective for a certain amount of time before people figure it out, you know, and start to counter it with their own style or counter it with their own version of tiki-taka. So it is still alive. So we have a question from, okay, so EFJ said, going to the Colombia-Costa Rica match tomorrow at the Red Bull Arena. Thank you very much, man, for saying that, and enjoy the game. Thank you for sharing that with us. Enjoy the match. I actually have to try to go and check out some friendlies in the future. I have been slacking on that, but I'm a busy man. I have work. Okay, it's Irfan said it's going to school now. You're going to school now? I'm going to, wow. Where do you live? How are you going to school now? Are you like 12 hours ahead? Not 12 hours, but let me say 8 hours or so? 7 hours? Okay. Advenco. Dom, I think Ryan Brewster from Liverpool has Caribbean origins, but he's low rated. Yeah, that's the thing. But I could still use some of them just for the hype. I could actually, who knows, you know, at a certain point in time, you know, in the whole series, I could do who knows, an under 21 Calypso Boys series. You never know. You never know. So everything is valuable. All the info is valuable. Okay. So Stefan said we don't use tiki-taka anymore. Tiki-taka is still being used, man. It's still being used. Maybe not as much, but passing the ball around, it's tiki-taka. What do you think of Usain Bolt possibly moving to a European club? I didn't actually read about that, but I see him on trial for that Australian club, and he's been doing really well. He looks good. He looks good. He is probably better than some of these Armenian players. That's me taking a stab at Armenia because they have been so bad. But, you know, I think Usain Bolt could actually turn into a really, really good football player. I would love to see that. I would love to see him playing for Jamaica. Guys, did you hear that Leon Bailey was supposed to make his Jamaica debut versus Bonaire, but he pulled out because his brother wasn't called up like it was agreed. They agreed between him and the Jamaican FA that if he's going to play for Jamaica, they have to call up his younger brother, who I think plays in Europe, I think in Belgium, or I think in Belgium, and they didn't call up his brother, and he refused to play for Jamaica. Leon Bailey could play for England, Belgium, he could play for Jamaica, and he could play for England as well. So he was being really petty there. So Leon Bailey is one of the players who I'm actually going to look to buy for Calypso Boys. I'm so excited. Okay. So someone asked me about the Croatia versus Jordan game. Guys, I actually was so busy at work today. I didn't actually get to check anything about that game. Nothing. I know they won 2-1 because I was getting updates, but let me see who scored the goals. 2 defenders scored for Croatia. They were 2-0 up, and then Faisal scored for Jordan. Let me see if my guy for Jordan actually played this game. Well, he didn't actually play. He didn't actually play Al Dardor. He didn't get called up. Why didn't they call up that guy? But anyways, we had, oh man, they had Simon Sluga on the bench, and he didn't even make his debut. He was the only unused sub today. Why didn't he? They should have given him a little game, man. They should have switched out the goalkeeper and give him a game. That's pretty messed up. That is messed up. So that's the Croatia versus Jordan game I'm talking about there, guys. That was messed up, though. But anyways, there were no Luka Modric. There was no Rakitic. None of those guys actually played that game. So it was a low profile match. So guys, let me see. Alfredo Valencia, what's your opinion if the match between Mexico and Chile? Oh, the match between Mexico and Chile. Mexico, I think, is going to win that if they play a strong squad, not a second string squad. But if they don't, I think Chile could actually defeat them. But if Mexico plays a good team, Mexico will defeat Chile, who is not in a good state right. Chile is not in a good state right now. You know who I like from Mexico, guys? I was really impressed with Diego Lainez. Oh man, that kid is gonna be a star. He's gonna be a star. So, Dom, Football Pharaoh, Dom, what do you think of Montserrat? 1-0 victory over Belize. I heard Lyle Taylor is a decent player. That's a great result because I actually saw one of your videos, Football Pharaoh, when you were talking about the Montserrat versus Bhutan match a few years ago in the World Cup, and they were like the worst teams in the world. So for them to pick up a victory versus Belize. And guys, if you don't know, Montserrat is a very tiny nation in the Caribbean who has a volcano, and it was a very active volcano for quite a few. The volcano was active for a few years, and it really messed up the country's economy. A lot of people left the country, and I guess it went back dormant, and the country is actually catching itself. When the volcano was erupting from Montserrat, ash actually came all the way to St. Vincent. That's how bad it was. So, Advenko asked, is Southgate / Shakespeare overrated? I don't think he's overrated. I think he deserves the rating he's getting. He is doing a great job. He is doing a great job for England. Let's just say that he's calling up the youth, and he's not like going back to the old, you know, so-called dependable players. And, you know, he has been doing a good job. Look at last year not last season when the season before when Jermaine Defoe was doing really, really well. He called him up. He gave him his cap, and then he played, and then I think that might be it for Jermaine Defoe. But Shakespeare, oh God. Southgate has been doing really, really well for England. So, guys, that's it for today's live stream, man. That's it. It's an hour, 22 minutes. I shouldn't have even live streamed after what went down today, but I actually still did. And I appreciate every single one of you guys for joining right now. And, you know, give yourself a round of applause. Thank you very much for joining, but I had to get the live stream in today. It's all about discipline and keeping your promise. I promised to live stream every day for the UEFA Nations League. But guys, man, thank you very much. Look out for Calypso Boys episode 1 from season 1 coming pretty soon. You're going to like it. Make sure when you watch the video, watch the whole thing. Take your time and watch the whole thing, or watch it in segments, but make sure you watch the whole thing. All right. But guys, thank you very much again. And until next time, I'll see you tomorrow, actually. And peace out. Rich Squad.